Broadcasting way too early from 3 separate Wi-Fi connections. It's PT Breakfast Club with Tony Maritato, Dave Kittle, and Jimmy McKay. Broadcasting way too early from 3 separate Wi-Fi connections. It's PT Breakfast Club with Tony Maritato, Dave Kittle, and Jimmy McKay.
Going to charge you for that second intro this morning. Good morning, gentlemen. Welcome to PT.
I thought I was the only one here based off of the dashboard, and I thought you were just, I don't know, you guys were pulling a fast one. I was ready to go live myself, and I was ready to rock it for 60 minutes on my own, ready to roll.
It's a good lesson. Like, can you talk for 60 minutes straight? As soon as that initial shock wears off, where you're like, no one's coming for me, you sort of dig in. It was a lot like your first patient encounter, right? You're like, I'm in charge now, and there's no CI coming for me. It's just time to talk.
Dave just has the stamina.
Just got the stamina. We do want to. So, all right. Here's a crazy topic that I wanted to start with. I had a whole intro set up for it, but I'm gonna go away from it. So, off camera, I'll bring it on camera, but I somehow managed to swindle and steal. I don't even know the math.
Nice setup. Keep us going.
I don't even know how much. I'm going to estimate $2,000 worth of stuff from Hyperice. Maybe $2,500 worth of stuff from Hyperice. To the point where I received 2 large boxes in the mail from them. Essentially one of everything that they sell. I'm talking the new, I've Googled it 3 times. I've got the new gun. It's not even out yet. I've Googled it 3 times. I've got the 3. I only see the 2. I got the Lormatech leg things. I got the low back. I got the knee. I got the ball that vibrates and heats. I'm not sure where you put the ball yet, but it looks very small shape. Now, the agreement that I made with Hyperice was we're going to figure out live selling together, right? Like, I think people making videos, that's a layup. So I've known Eric from Hyperice for a long time. So I already feel like I've won because I've oogled and ogled their stuff for years. You can find cheaper stuff. I'll lead with that. But I got to be honest, man, I'm not even a tool guy. But when you hold their massage gun and you hold a different one, I've had a bunch, right? It's like when you buy like a Milwaukee drill, it's like, got it. Now I'm, like, listen, buy crappy stuff if you want to buy crappy stuff over and over and over again. Do that. You don't need you have the internet. You can buy crappy stuff anywhere. There is a difference to this stuff. Let's put it this way. I feel like I could hammer nails with their massage gun. So if you're going to use it once a month, go buy the $63 version. If you're going to use this as a professional, or if you're like, I'm an athlete, I'm going to use this a lot, that's when you go with the stuff from Hyperice. They are not the cheapest option.
Let's take this and apply it to patient care and what people are actually doing. Let's take this and apply it to Dave's business model versus my business model.
Got it.
My business model and my clinic is full of $90 massage guns that I would say are comparable in the idea that they are both called massage guns. What you have at your point, what I have, they effectively smash tissue, beat it up 500 RPMs or whatever it's going to do. But there is a difference in the build quality. There is a difference in the feel. There is a difference in the aesthetic. And so somebody who wants to pay for that, who's going to be that client? It's not going to be my client who will come if it's covered. It's not going to be my client who will come but not really do any of the home exercises, not really look for lifestyle change, not really look for, long-term, like my client is going to come, use it once or twice and be done. And when I say that, I mean, use physical therapy once or twice, use a massage gun once or twice, use the physical product or the professional service and not really care, not really embrace it. Not really. Dave is in a different situation. What's Dave's situation?
Well, I think there's a little bit of whether, regardless of a physical product or a service, there is some, I don't know, there's different reasons. Everyone has a different reason, different consumer. So whether it's status or ego or they are quote unquote discerning, whatever, like different variations of that definition in terms of some people who already had in-home massages and they're like, of course, like now I have a new injury and I want in-home physical therapy that the massage therapist can't rehab or can't help or whatever. And why they would pay out of pocket. Some people want that reliability in some combination of like certainty or promptness or whatever. And that's similar to holding a different massage gun. Like if you go to a store and you pick up I think when I bought the, not to bring in another brand name, should I not bring in another brand?
Go for it. Yeah.
The Volt, the Hyperice, like the Volt or whatever, one of the massage guns. This was 4 something years ago, and it was like $400. Now I'm sure it might be a little bit cheaper, but it's a little bit heavier. It's just has different textures to it. It's a different feel. It's maybe a slightly different experience from the user, and that's the difference between. Like you can't have that feel like, oh, wow, this feels different, or like it's got a different texture to it, or it feels a little more sturdy or whatever it might be. You can't sell the $63 one, but then convey that better feel or like a unique feel. However you define like better or different type of feel or experience. So it's very similar to a physical product versus an in-person service.
Yeah. If you're selling features or benefits, right? So I think anybody at Hyperice would say like our massage gun goes in and out, and it goes in and out not this number of times versus that feature. If you're selling something different, like cologne is like, or perfume is like a perfect example. Like you could smell like roses. This smells like roses. That smells like roses. Why do you buy the different one? I got a buddy who buys all of his golf shirts from Walmart. Why? Because he's going to have 38 golf shirts. For my other buddy who buys 6, but he wants to buy the $6 or this, he'll only buy 6 for $400 because he's buying Nike golf shirts. And this might have just been internet chatter, but years ago, there was a company called Vizio. I mean, I think the company still exists, but Vizio was like, we're the company that makes all the Sony TVs. Sony slaps a logo on it. We're the company that makes the TVs. Now we're just going to be Vizio, right? And I'm pretty sure that was the brand. And they're like, you can have Vizio. I mean, look at Nissan and Lexus. No, Toyota and Lexus. Like if you're a mechanic, you understand that there's 15, I'm making up numbers here, 15%, a 15% difference between a Toyota and a Lexus. It's just where it matters. It's the same frame. It's the same transmission, yada, yada, yada. It's just a different these things. Tony's got his feet. He's got his shoes off. What's going on?
We got a prop.
The same thing here. This was supposedly made in the same factory that makes Hokas. I bought the Hoka brand for my kid. I am not going to spend more than 30 or 40 bucks on a shoe, even though I've been wearing this for like over a year. I've logged hundreds and hundreds of miles. I run in it. I work in it. I do all that stuff. It's not like I don't get the value out of it.
Right.
But I have no perceived benefit of the brand or the 4 letters HOKA. Whereas, my kids don't want to wear a generic shoe to school. So I'm happy the extra 100, 150 for their shoes because that name is important to them. Whereas it has zero value to me.
Yeah.
I was just about to ask you why you would buy Hokas for your kids and then the off-brand similar Hoka but not Hoka shoe for you, but you just explained why for your kids school experience, and maybe if we could just take it another step, like just so that they're not getting picked on and they fit in, and that whole school experience which we've all been through.
Right. And something Dave can relate to. So last night was the first night of baseball practice for high school. We went out. We've got twins on the freshman team. We had to get new baseball bags, new bats, new cleats, new glove. Like they outgrew everything that they had from Little League prior. But I still can't bring myself to buy $300 bats new in a retail store. So we went to Play It Again Sports and we picked up the same bat used for half the price. Now I'll buy new cleats because I know, they're going to wear them out and they need them. So there are certain things that like I still can't go past that line just for the value of the brand. But yeah.
Yeah. So this digs deep into what are you actually buying? Now there's a couple things that you can say. You could say I could buy Tony said it, I'll buy the $90 massage gun versus the $300 massage gun from Hyperice. You could also say if you're Hyperice, this thing's going to last you 4 times as long, or the battery is not going to die on you, or it's built to actually be beaten on. So the question is, what are you discerning about? Are you buying luxury? Are you buying status? Are you buying affordability? Are you buying endurance? What are you actually buying? See here, the issue with Hyperice is, and this is just from my personal view, in the last 10 years, they've created categories. Like people weren't walking around with inflatable leg cuffs, I don't know, 10 years ago that I saw, not every day anyway. So then what happened? People came in, copied what they did, and said, we're just going to charge less. We're going to give you something a little shoddier for a little bit less. Hyperice needs to understand, and of course they do, is they need to remain high. They can't be or advertise Toyota. They need to be and advertise and sell Lexus, because that's where they position themselves in the market. So when I'm going to start live streaming and live selling for them on the app, Whatnot, I'm going to try to do some Amazon stuff as well. The idea there is I'm going to say the quiet part out loud. I'm going to 8-mile it, right? That you can. The first thing I might say, hey, I'm here to show you 3 things from Hyperice. You can buy cheaper ones anywhere on Amazon. If you're looking for the cheaper option, go there right now. I want 3/4 of the room to leave before I ever open my mouth. Okay, the rest of you who are still here, let me show you why this is not only worth $300, it's worth $600, and I'm giving you a steal today.
So now the reason why I think somebody like Dave could pull this off and I can't, because I do think we need to consider these other aspects. One, I value thrift. I value like saving money. It makes me feel smart to say, oh, I only paid this much for that when somebody else paid full price. 2, I think Dave has a great sense of style, a great sense of fashion, like his hair, his clothes. This shirt, I bought these shirts at least 20 years ago. Like I'm still wearing 20-year-old shirts, so for me to try and force myself into building an aesthetic on brand in the clinic, buying nice stuff in the clinic to sell the aesthetic of we're a high value, high net worth, come here ready to spend $1,500. It just goes against my nature. And so it doesn't make sense for me to try to do that.
Let me ask you this though. Are there any things in your life that you're like, yeah, I'm going to invest in this? Like something like a hobby you triple down on, something that you're like, no, there is a difference between the B- version and the A version that I'm willing to spend.
I
got to think about that. I don't know. There's nothing.
Because I'm sort of the same way. Like I don't want to brag, but I built a wardrobe. You guys know me, all big on clothes. Like I barely walk, I've got like 12 shirts that I wear all winter. They're all flannel shirts. And as soon as I got to 12, I was like, I'm good. No one buy me any more shirts. Like I'm good. I liked the quality. Like I'm like, I want J. Crew flannel shirts as soon as I got one. As soon as I got to like 8 or 9, I was like, I'm good. Even if they're on sale, I'm like, I'm good. Because those shirts in my brain are going to last long enough. Hockey stuff. Like I buy good enough. Like there are $400 hockey sticks. Guys, I don't know if you know anything about me. I'm playing beer league. I'm not getting drafted. So I have no problem buying several Dick's Sporting Goods $80 sticks that are 93% the same as the $400 stick. I don't need that aesthetic. So I'm trying to think, like I am the same way where I don't buy like a new golf shirt every year unless the thing is falling off me. It's still good. But there are some things that I'm like, I understand the difference between the B- and the A version, but not everything.
Can we double click on what you're going to do with the live shopping with the Hyperice products? Because I have a whole bunch of questions. Like, are you able to, you're going to just sell them and connect your own credit card processor to it? Do you have to send that money back to the company? I want to hear some of the logistics.
So I essentially said to Eric in Hyperice, listen, live selling is a thing. And Eric at Hyperice is smart enough. Like he just like, got it. I was like, here's my pitch. I want you to pay me nothing. I want you to send me one of everything you own, that you sell, and I'll play around with it for the first couple months. If I sell anything, so if I'm sitting here with my gun in my living room and I sell one, they're fulfilling it. They're keeping the money for now until we decide, hey, this is a thing where me going online for 30 minutes or an hour actually makes money, until I've hit in my brain that $2,500 or $3,000 that they already paid me in my brain. Dude, I was drooling over their like Normatec leg boots, but I wasn't going to spend it on that because Jimmy's a weekend warrior.
Well, so you get to use the products for free, but they're not paying you to do this free marketing, branding, amazing promotion for them.
Right. Not yet. The first 2 months, the goal is to do a live stream. And I don't know the cadence. How often, how long, 30 minutes, an hour, one product per show, 3 products per show. Do I stay with legs? Like, these are all the things I want to play with, because I couldn't look Eric in the eye and say, I have the thing figured out. For every hour I go online, I'm gonna move 10 units of yours, and that's this much margin. I don't know what it is, but for me, I'm using this to test out, to then turn to my buddy at Stroops and go, hey man, I can sell rack systems. If I can sell a massage gun, I can sell a rack system. It's exactly what Ben is saying here. It's JVC. It's Jimmy Value. What's the C? It's QVC on the internet. That's what it is, right? So I essentially like, again, I stole it from Hyperice. Eric is like, I get it. You're going to try to see if you're selling it, but I'm not selling bargain stuff at first. That's sort of my advantage of why I'm like, dude, I just rolled out Cadillac. Like, I got Cadillac to sign up. And I looked at Eric and I was like, if it sells nothing, you've given me $3,000 worth of stuff. Take all the videos that I've created. If you can get any value out of it, great, use it. If not, we part ways. I still think we can get some stuff out of it. And then I'm proof of concept. Because if Eric looks at me and goes, for every 60 minutes, Jimmy's on the air from his living room on a Wi-Fi connection he's already paid for, we make and fulfill product sales, we'll put Jimmy on the air, say 8 days a week, baby. If there's a limit, or if you get multiple people, now just look at it like Peloton, right? We're going to get a couple different people. We're going to get the Jimmy, we're going to get the female, we're going to get the this sport, we're going to get the that sport, we're going to get the chiropractor, the PT. I don't know the answer. So that's where Hyperice has taken a leap on me. But I'm saying I'm willing to put the sweat equity. I keep the stuff either way. If we're making money, let's cut it in together and let's figure it out to make it good. I want to ask Tony, because also selfishly, I want to pitch you right now live, because I didn't know this was a thing. This is all live right now. I want to pitch you. Could you, or would it make sense for, and I'm going to ask Tony, would it make sense for me and Jimmy if we agreed where Jimmy is selling these premium physical products, but for Jimmy to also mention, now, of course, Jimmy with his platform, or if you plug in Hyperice's platform, it's going to be national or global or whatever. But selfishly, I would love to see if this can get us more new leads for Concierge Pain Relief. Now, there might be some small section of folks that might be in the New York City area who actually see Jimmy's content with this Hyperice with the live selling. Right.
Would it make sense for Jimmy to sweeten the deal and say, if you buy this massage gun, you get a free consult or whatever in New York City with Concierge Pain Relief? Would we be crossing the line, Tony, by bringing in a real world service offer tied into a physical product? Good, bad. I mean, again, anyone watching or listening, completely live. I had no idea we were covering this, so this is a live question.
Yeah, no, certainly there's no negative aspect to it. There's a lot of overlap between these communities. The person who's the ideal Normatec Hyperice, which I'm ChatGPTing it because I'm trying to understand what's the difference between those two names, because it's the same company. It says Hyperice, the brand and the product ecosystem, Normatec, a specific recovery technology line within Hyperice. So Normatec is under Hyperice.
Correct.
Anyway, yeah, there's so much overlap between the ideal clients for both your service and this level of product that I think it's a no-brainer. You bring the two together. It's just like seeing you pull up in, an expensive car. The people who own that car are the people you want to work with. Check out Jimmy.
Jimmy's got the Norman Tech boot in his hand and a gun. Oh no, it's just a massage gun.
Which I've tried to stop saying massage gun just because I don't know how the algorithms take it. I'm going with, I don't like massager either because there are some negative aspects to using the word massager. So I've got to find a better use of, like, a better term to indicate what we are doing.
Handheld percussion cannon. Oh wait, cannon's probably bad. Good.
They do use the word percussion with some of these companies, right?
Yeah.
Vibrating massage device. Is that too like clinical?
Recovery system, massage device. No, those are good. Those are great. I like those better than anything gun related just because of the way social media is right now. Just food for thought. But yeah, it totally should be offers tied together, packages tied together that include this stuff.
Now, real quick, let's keep riffing on this. Okay, so when other companies do webinars and workshops and trainings and all that, right? Like there's other people in the Zoom room, or in this case, this would be on Whatnot, which I barely even know about. I know a little bit from Gary Vee, but not really much. So when there's other workshops, webinars, and things like that, the Percussionator, I love it. There'll be a presenter or host, so it'd be like Jimmy, but then there would also be like other people on the team that are pulling people or messaging people directly, which probably is possible on Whatnot, I'm assuming, because that's you absolutely can do it on Zoom.
Right.
And the people in the company or the affiliates or the partners or whatever, people are raising their hand like, oh, I'm interested in this or that or whatever. And then the company or the partners of Jimmy are sending those people direct messages to engage in their interest and maybe try to sell them the massage gun or whatever. I would be super interested in doing this. And if Jimmy, if you're okay with it, I mean, in the future, we absolutely can figure out a way to pay per mention, pay per lead, whatever. Like I am so interested in this that, now, I know it's going to be a small subset of folks that are actually in the area here that would actually qualify or want to be doing some complimentary session or offer or whatever, but I'm certainly interested in it.
Right now, I'd rather just do it per lead because I wouldn't want to charge someone something unless I was like delivering the result. And again, to me, this is all beta test. Like, you know, Hyperice just paid me a bunch of like, again, this is the Hypervolt 3. I don't even think this is available yet. Someone can fact check me on that. But like,
Jimmy's got it before LeBron.
Yeah, listen, this got a heated tip, y'all. This thing heats up. It's got USB-C.
Can't use the word tip on social media either.
Oh, just the tip. I could do a show just on the different tips. And then Dave could be off to the side giving tips, and we'll just call it just the tip. I would love to use this platform. This is what I did with Stroops that one day, Dave, that you jumped in. That was me beta testing. So Sean Harker runs Stroops Fitness. They outfit gyms, PT clinics, whatever. Sean's a mad scientist. He doesn't get mad when I say that because he's got a mechanical engineering background and he was a D1 athlete, and he just sees fitness equipment. He's like, I can build a better one than that. I can build a lighter one. But he doesn't talk about it. He then just goes to CAD, designs it, and then makes it in the same building. And then he's like, here. And he starts selling it. So I was like, Sean, like live selling stuff is the thing. This is the way to do it because this is more show than tell. What else is better at show than tell? Our entire profession. Like, why are we sharing awkward exercise videos? Why isn't everybody going live? When I was at a multi-state PT practice a couple years ago, we essentially tried to create the Peloton of older adult exercise, like a TV channel on YouTube where every day at 11 a.m. you could do your exercises based on your ability levels. You could show a progression and a regression. We did it for like 2 months and then stopped. Guys, I got news for you. Nothing category changing is going to change in 2 months. We put minimal effort, minimal resources into this. I thought it was a great idea. We got nothing out of it, and then we pulled the plug. I'm waiting for a PT practice to steal this. I'm very confused we haven't yet.
So, Jimmy, I just sent 2 screenshots in Messenger. Go check them out. Dave, to your point, and I'm going to go back a little bit. When I had first started doing the Amazon influencer, which you could do live video through, I was optimizing the titles of those videos for Google search because Google will rank those videos in organic search. So I would create the video title like best pedal exerciser for seniors, best massage device for knee pain. And when somebody's Google searching that, it pops up. I totally see the opportunity to say, physical therapist, best physical therapist in NYC using Hypervolt or whatever it's going to be. I think we have the opportunity to bring it up in Google search, organic ranking. Then these products are sold on TikTok Shop.
Right.
What were you going to say?
No, keep going.
Okay. The products are sold on TikTok Shop. The products are sold on Amazon. The products are sold on their website, on Walmart. All of these have opportunities for affiliate income. Creator Connections is a higher commission rate. They don't have creator connections for these particular products, but they have them for other similar products. There's just so many ways that we can do this. Jimmy, I asked you before, you already have your Amazon influencer approved.
Yep.
You have the ability to do Amazon Live right now.
Right.
You just maybe don't know how to do it, or like,
yeah,
I downloaded the Amazon Live app.
So all right, we can go into specifics. So the difference between Amazon Live and Whatnot is the cut. So I have no problem. I have no problem which one I do it on or which one I started on, because I'm going to start ugly. My first 30 broadcasts are going to suck, right? So I have no problem doing it ugly and figuring out what is good and what's not. I'd like to use this platform, the one that you're looking at us on a live stream with, because I can do things like bringing things up on screen, taking comments and putting them on as long as they work that way. And then every once in a while, we got a new sponsor. It's called Unbox RX. Today's episode is brought to you by Unbox RX, the monthly subscription box for physical therapists that sends you mysterious rehab equipment so you can dramatically open it, surprise on camera. Just lift the lid, widen your eyes, and say, wow, that's interesting. No idea what it does? Perfect. Unbox RX, because sometimes B-roll is the business model. So Amazon's going to take a larger cut, but what do they bring to the table? A larger, already captive audience. I mean, they're doing football games, right? Like, I was very confused when a friend of mine was like, I can't believe we can't watch the blah, blah, blah football game except on Amazon. And I'm like, he's like, how much do you think the NFL paid Amazon? And I'm like, I think the money went the other way. Like, what? Because while you're shopping or while you're watching the game and little things pop up on screen, I mean, it does it on YouTube TV. An ad, while I'm watching an ad, I can press a button. It's like, oh, that's cool. Send that to my phone. What did we used to do when a commercial was on? We'd like hurry up and like scribble something down. Then it was like take a quick picture. Now it's press a button and the information from the commercial will be sent to my phone. So Amazon has better traffic than Whatnot right now. And I've been on Whatnot a little bit. It's a lot of crap. It's the Temu of stuff. It's garbage, right? Which is why I also think rolling in with Hyperice could be genius or dumb. I don't know. Because it's like my first line would be, if you're looking for a $98 massager, like get the hell out of here. This ain't it. This is the Cadillac of Tony. What do you want me to share with this? These?
Well, yeah, just to show, like, these videos are videos on Amazon. Some are live. This particular one is live. So creating these videos on these platforms also gets you ranked organically on Google. It also will help you show up depending on how you title them and what you say in the video. But for an audience like Dave's, this is absolutely an opportunity to get in front of that audience.
Dave, what were we going to say?
And also, to Tony's credit, this company, Renpho, R-E-N, the first screenshot on the bottom, R-E-N-P-H-O. I've never heard of the company, except when Tony was making videos, I had a client that wanted a massage gun device, but didn't want the $400 one. And I helped them buy a $99 Renpho massage gun. Never heard of the company before. Tony may not have captured the earnings for that affiliate purchase, but this is how the stuff works. Also, several years ago, I didn't know that there were whatever the other company name, the Saunders, but not Saunders, the cervical traction unit. And I asked Tony for Comfort Track. And that was like, and I think I still have it nearby somewhere. It was like $500. And I think I did ask Tony for a link for that. But the point is, Tony had put these videos out, and even though I'm a colleague of his and a friend of his, like, and I'm buying this stuff, but I saw it through him. And this is no different than a complete stranger who sees Tony's videos and then buys the product. I even bought the Heichi, Tony, the little massage, the mini Heichi for my new therapist that just started like 6 weeks ago or whatever. And I never heard of the company Heichi before Tony Maritato. So, I mean, it's massive in terms of the potential impact and upside. And this is why this stuff works. This is why this live selling and influencer component can work. And I'm just a little bit more than before, a little bit more interested to kind of see how it will go or where it'll go. I think for us, more for the healthcare, health and wellness products, physical therapy, that type of stuff is a little bit, obviously a little bit more interesting for me, at least, as opposed to the other videos that we've shared behind the scenes where it was like other countries and they're just selling like little knickknack things like from Temu, like that's not as interesting. But yeah, for a premium price product and also something that's kind of like health and wellness related that I would use or my clients would use, then I'm certainly interested.
This just goes into the conveyor belt. I mean, this goes into the story of like Jimmy McKay trying to figure out what to do with his life. This goes into, I don't know that I was ever in marketing, even though I was running radio stations for a decade and a half. I still think I was in that thing before marketing, which is attention. And these platforms have the attention and they are telling you, they are telegraphing to you how they want you to use it. They're like, you want to sell a bunch of stuff and you want to make a living selling stuff on Amazon? We will give you that opportunity. You don't have to go outside the platform. We're now building a channel so you can build your own TV station, because when you win, we win, right? These platforms, the only thing I'm surprised is that YouTube isn't jumping on this earlier, that Instagram isn't jumping on this earlier. There's tech people probably yelling at the screen right now or the speaker with an obvious reason for this that maybe I'm just not smart enough to figure out. But to me, it's attention, then marketing, then sales. But that attention part seems wild and hard to like nail down. And I don't think it is. I think it's figure out. I think it's this graphic that I bring up all the time. Figure out who you want to talk to, what their problems are, what they want, what their barriers are, what you bring to the table. And as soon as you figure out your shared why, then figure out how to get it in front of them, where to put it, and when to do it. That's it. That's what I'm doing with Hyperice. I'm just figuring out who the different audience is. My audience is not the consumer. My audience is the clinician. So is there a program for Hyperice to go to your clinic and you be a retailer? Yes, there is. Yes, there 100% is. Can you go to Whatnot and go direct to consumer? Yes, you can. I don't have to have a relationship with them. Whatnot wants 3.5% on every sale, and they're going to put me in front of the right people, hopefully.
Can we kind of stay similar but pivot to Facebook groups real quick?
Yes.
I'm pulling up another screenshot. So there is a 55,000 member Facebook group. It's called Total Knee Replacement and Recovery Group, right? 55,000 members. Don't you think this would be an amazing group for clinicians to have? My group, my Total Knee Replacement support group for kind people, I think we're at like 24,000 members. These guys are double. When I click on the admin, like who's running this group?
Oh yeah.
It's I'm not even going to read the names of the people, but it's online seller, digital marketer, online marketing. Every single admin for this group is basically a foreign individual who's selling t-shirts or something similar to that. These guys have cracked the code to understand. I create a medically focused group. I get tons of people in it. I can't see right now how old this group is, but it's not very old. Usually these are a couple years old. And I guarantee these guys are making tons of money. Every single day they're showing like t-shirt designs and would you buy this and look at that. And yet to my knowledge, there are very few clinicians out there that have grown groups like this to this size.
I mean, could you imagine what a clinician could do with something like that? What would you do with something like that? Dave, if you knew they were both let's change it was a total knee replacement group. Let's change it to something geographically related. What would you do if you could have 55,000 people in New York City attached to a group? What would be the reason they would be connected for you that would make it unbelievably valuable to you?
Oh man.
Dad bod.
Dad bod could be something like New York history, landmarks, museums, maybe. I don't know, restaurants, theater.
Why are you going like social? Why wouldn't you go with health?
I mean, it could be health, but like, why would someone be in a Facebook group that's a health related group that's just geographic? I usually don't see it. What's that?
Because I can't get it. Oh, there's New York City triathlon groups, there's New York City running groups, there's New York City swimming groups, there's New York City cycling groups, New York City. It's got to be like Facebook groups for baseball players, right? Always looking for an extra guy and stuff like that.
Probably, yeah. I mean, I don't know about for baseball, but usually I think, like Tony said, like Tony's got 22,000 plus for his knee replacement Facebook group, but that's for folks all over the country, maybe even in other countries as well. So if you're trying to build a big enough group, maybe even with New York City, like I think it still might be challenging to. Yeah. When you add the location to it, like the ones that are okay, the traditional Facebook groups right now that I see, it's like there's one for every neighborhood. There's one for every neighborhood in Brooklyn. There's one for the Upper East Side and Manhattan, Upper West Side of Manhattan, and it's usually like parents asking for like nannies, or it's nannies looking for jobs, and it's the pass along groups and giving away stuff and this and that. But all these groups are fairly small, like a couple thousand or tens of thousands, which is still big. I'm not sure what type of a health related Facebook group that's geographically located how that would be. But then also Tony knows like it's like a slug of effort to like ramp it up and grow it initially.
So I shared with Jimmy, he's got it up on the screen. This is Dr. Samantha Smith. I've known of her for a couple years now. She's in my space, total knee replacement. She does have a Facebook group. I don't know how big her group is per se, but Jimmy, if you go across the top of her website and mouse over courses, it'll open up like a drop down, and she's got a full knee replacement course, a knee bending course, knee straightening course, pre-rehab course, pre-surgery course, post-surgery course. So 6 courses. They range roughly around $150 per course. She teaches classes. These are paid classes. She has resources with equipment. So what she's effectively done is she said, okay, I'm going to build this community. I'm going to monetize this community that's not geographically located, but she does have an arm to her business where she still goes and does outpatient in the home therapy services. She still treats patients in her local community, wherever that is. I'm not sure. You can book a virtual call with her. There's so many things that you can do with her. And I've watched her grow this from nothing. And multiple therapists have done this, so this is where it goes back to someone like Dave. If you want it, I'm not saying you should or do, but you build the digital resource that is scalable to infinity. You have the live human resource and kind of a little bit of everything in between.
It's scalable to infinity, but it's very challenging to scale. You mentioned that she's still doing in-person visits.
Yeah.
If she's still doing in-person visits, how much sales is she getting with her courses? Even with 50-something thousand followers on Instagram.
I will tell you, and I won't mention names, there are individuals who have done this into the $2+ million mark. I'll share the name off camera. So, I mean, we're talking you can get to 7 figures.
Absolutely. But in terms of the number of those folks in the continental US doing it, how many folks do doing it? 5 or 10 max?
So then the question is it because they're, it's yes, maybe it's challenging. You have a unique platform already. You have so much history. You have charisma on camera. It's so easy for you to get up and talk that, if we take somebody else, or even take the average clinician who's out there right now thinking I could never do that, You're probably right. You probably could never do that because it's going to take you 10 to 15 years to get to where Dave is right now. But Dave is 15 years ahead of you if you want to pull that lever. And he's starting to.
Yeah. She has all the verticals covered. I mean, she even has, you guys saw what I was bringing up. She's got the recommended equipment list.
Yeah.
Which is like things she recommends, which of course I double check just to make sure, but she clearly knows what she's doing, does not need any advice from a nitwit like me, but everything goes to his Amazon affiliate. Because if she's going to suggest it, she even goes low, medium, high, and comfort. So highly recommended, optional, comfort, and convenience. So she's look, there's the Bob and Brad massage gun. There's the I survived a knee replacement t-shirt. There's the Chirp mini massager. Like, if she's going to get asked the question 5 times, she's going to put it on her website and just say, there it is right there, get it. And have no problem and no loss of respect, in my view, of saying that. And I think a lot of people have a problem with that. I don't understand it.
Okay. If you
couple different businesses there, like challenging in-person visits she's doing the courses, then the affiliate products, like the amount of entrepreneurial distractions with those 3 buckets. I mean, those are basically could be 3 different businesses. I know they feed into each other. Yes. By no means is any of that easy.
Isn't that diversifying? And this doesn't, I mean, she might still be doing in-person visits, but this says 40-minute video phone call. So she's going $1.65 an hour while my machine's making money and my courses are selling in my sleep. Why not do $1.65 for 40 minutes?
Tony might disagree, but unless you're doing like $1 million in revenue, it does not make sense to diversify. That is today's business lesson, in my opinion. Others might disagree, and that's totally cool.
No, I agree. It's a give and take, going back to understanding your personality, understanding what's important to you. You know, I would be far more successful if I was more focused. I would be far more successful if I picked one vertical, went super deep, and was able to follow the recipe for success. 1,000,000%. The fact that I do all of these different things slows me down, keeps me relatively modest income. But it also fits within my personality. It also, you know, at the end of the day, I still go back to my kids don't need more. My family is taken care of. Like, I'm comfortable. So I'm willing to lose $1 million extra in revenue because I don't really think it's going to add any value to the quality of our life. And in the process, just kind of play around and experiment with different things, even though it slows down success.
Well, no, I want to support you. Like, you've already won. You've created businesses. You've bought real estate. You're good. You and your wife, like your family, you guys are set up. You set your family up to succeed. I'm talking about the 20 or 30-year-old physical therapist or OT or whoever out there watching our stuff or stuff like our stuff and doing a in-person therapy bucket of business, then courses, and then affiliate product. I mean, that is where a 20 or 30-year-old should not be diversifying. Tony can tinker. Tony has achieved success. He's got money in the bank. He's selling real estate. He's buying real estate, whatever. You've won, and you can now, you know, tinker and play around and have different projects. That's totally fine.
True.
But it's the 20 or 30-year-old or someone who has student loan debt or just came out of student loan debt.
No, I agree there.
And they should not be doing a business that's got 3 buckets, in my opinion. That's basically 3 businesses in one business, a little cross-pollination, but in general, distractions, and that's where diversification can hurt you.
So what would you have her triple down on?
Whatever is the thing that most people are demanding, which is probably the in-person visits.
I would think whatever division has the most growth potential, which is not the in-person visit.
Yeah, you can't.
So maybe it's the courses, but then stop going and doing in-person visits, or hire other therapists to do the in-person visits, and then she should just be 100% doing courses, but not all 3 things.
Well, wait, has her core? So the courses are recorded, it looks like, so she can't really do more courses. In my brain, what she did was she took the timeline of a knee replacement and she created a course for every milestone, right? Like pre-bend. Like
So-
I even
so-
love how
so
she
then-
calls,
so then
she
her-
calls them bending.
I love, yeah, the titles are amazing. Then her whole job would be, how do I get this in front of every single next
Right.
American going through knee replacement surgery?
Yes,
right.
agreed.
And that,
Agreed.
so that whole thing is marketing and getting it out there. So that's a full-time job. If you, assuming the courses are amazing and it's already recorded and taken care of and it's done, then you need to
Right.
get it in front of more people as your full-time job.
Correct. Yeah, I don't mind that. Because you can only do so many full-time or in-person things. Again, her course or her visits are virtual, so she can do it from wherever. So she's not aiming geographically.
Yeah, I think the next step for her, I
Go to
haven't
the hip.
what
Go to the hip. You've covered the knee. Go to the hip.
I do get a ton of people asking about hip. I get a ton of people asking about bilateral knee. I'm like, it's the same. It's a knee. You know, shoulder. No, but what I was gonna say was diversify by bringing other course creators on your platform. The thing, I think the bottleneck for somebody like her, and I've never talked to her, is she has a personality. She has a, you know, she's a female, she's young, she's got these attributes, and it's going to appeal to a certain population, just like I have attributes that appeal to a certain population and don't appeal to another. I would get different therapists that have different attributes that will resonate with different populations, basically
Agreed.
creating the same course.
Right.
Create the same exact schedule, teach it, you know, in their own way. But there are people who want to learn from people who look like them, who sound like them, who talk
Right.
like them. That's where I think most of us are lacking. We don't bring that diversity in.
Don't disagree. That's the Peloton model. I like certain Peloton instructors because I like their vibe. I dislike others because I dislike others. Like that's why they have 30 something instructors. They can all teach the same exact course or class, but like I'm going to like it because this one dude plays the types of music I like and he doesn't really talk a lot. And another one doesn't shut up and plays this other music. And I'm like, no good over here, good over here. I'm happy. And I agree with that. So what would your first step be? Recreate the wheel with a different personality, or would it be go from knee to hip?
That's a good question. I don't know. I would be looking at other content creators right now with smaller audiences that are creating video content, and I would reach out to them and I would say, hey, I've got this. This is my most successful course. I want you to create it and I want you to bring it in under, you know, my umbrella. I will sell it for you. I'll give you 70% of the revenue we generate. I'll take 30% to cover, you know, payment fees and a profit margin for me. Because if she doesn't, that other person should just go make it themselves and put it out to their audience. You know, I should just go make all of her videos, all of her courses, put it out to my community because she already has a proven product. There's no copyright. There's no protection for anyone on that.
There's not.
And what I'm doing is I'm bringing my unique perspective, even if I never watched her videos.
Right.
That would be the smart thing to do.
Tony just summed up what I was taught in my first 2 years in radio. I was running a radio station here in New York, and another company, Clear Channel, moved into town and was like, we're going to compete with this rock station we're running against. And I remember panicking going, oh my gosh, another radio station is going to play the same music. Imagine you paid someone minimum wage just to be like, hey, when this radio station over here, whatever their playlist is, just copy them 15 minutes later. I don't care. Just play whatever song they played 15 minutes ago. Play that. Just copy every one of their songs. And I was like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? And that's what my boss explained. He goes, it ain't about the music. It's about the stuff that isn't the music. That's the only thing we can change. So it's the personality. They didn't have that. They came on and they were just a playlist machine. Song, funny little thing between song. You can play exactly the same tunes. What do we have? We have everybody in this room, and that's what we're going to differentiate ourselves with, right? So we're going to figure out what someone likes, and we're going to give it to them a lot. So what you're saying is you could take that course, watch it yourself, do the Tony version of it, do the Dave version of it. That's your differentiator is you. Hard stop. You do not need to recreate the wheel. You need to create the wheel that looks like you. I would also have a caveat. you're going to have better success at recreating a wheel you like, because you're going to do it more, better. When it sucks, and it's going to suck, you're going to keep doing it. When it's not working, you're going to push through the dip, as Seth Godin calls it. So I would do that. That's why I have no problem doing this for Hyperice. Is like, I can have fun or yammer on, or I'm going to play and poke and play and poke until I figure something out, or there isn't anything to figure out and then I move on.
What do we have to close the show?
Well, I essentially had 3 topics today. One was the Hyperice thing. The second was, are we leaving money on the table, avoiding affiliate sales, which we looked at Dr. Smith there, who's got a complete list of everything you'd need to go through a knee replacement. And every one of those things lead to a affiliate link on her Amazon store. So her job is get as many people with that problem to that website. Once they're there, they do the rest. And then the third was, is this again leading to the model of what is your job, which is Tony's dream clinic of the future, the Mr. Beast model of, are you just giving away the PT for free because that leads to content, and content drives attention, which can lead marketing and can lead sales. You just have to decide what the funnel is, but attention always comes first. Again, I walked around CSM. Larry Benz wrote an article on it. You don't have to like Larry Benz or believe everything Larry Benz is saying. But when Larry Benz is saying, I've been on the inside of one of these companies spending $100,000 to try to lure PT students to work here in 48 hours, not even 48 hours. Like, you're only in the expo hall like 2 or 3 hours out of CSM. You're going to do a quick hot lap, see what's good, do another hot lap the next day to kill some time. And then they're like, how many people do you need to hire just to cover the cost of the booth? And then my question with Larry was, what are you doing in the other 11.99 months of the year? That is where I would be earning attention. Someone like Josh Funk, Rehab to Perform, had a booth hiring in Anaheim. That doesn't make any sense, but it does. Here's why. It wasn't a crazy expensive booth based on size, and they do stuff constantly. So you're like, oh, there's that guy that's in all those videos. Like, Josh was there, and then I'm blanking on the guy's name, but who's in he's like their director of clinical stuff. He's in like the other 63% of their videos. The prehab guys were there. They were walking around. Because now they're pivoting from just exercise videos in their Instagram account. They have a brick and mortar clinic. Now they're creating an app for home exercise plans. See, the prehab guys are like, oh, I got it. They do. So they're saying your HEP product sucks. We know how to create content that sticks. Here's our proof of concept. Welcome to the internet. There it is. Look at that. There's the scoreboard that matters. Now they are there, but they're not spending $200,000 on a booth, which is a smart idea not to do. So I guess my question is, I'm talking to Larry Benz later on today about some different ideas. Now I got Larry Benz calling me for look at me. Who am I?
Yeah, pitch him. Get him in as an investor, dude. Get him to write a blank check.
All right, let's pretend this. You had a Shark Tank with Larry Benz. What would you pitch him?
Well, if it's with you, I mean, I think no. If it's. I mean, I don't know. For you, I was saying with the live shopping, is there a way to basically back that in terms of making, like, I don't know, you could make a business on Whatnot, but then you're making a business on another platform, which is always risky. But could you make a business around you, Jimmy, and doing live selling of physical therapy products? Larry's got all the connections to OP, TP, and every other company. Tony's got a ton of connections with all these companies. In terms of how you can have a business model around live shopping, early days, it's early, and it's even earlier in physical therapy and healthcare because PT and healthcare move so slow with innovation and new technology. If it's for me, I don't have anything that's like investable other than we're just, trying to hire more physical therapists and get more new patients in for concierge pain relief. So that's like my main focus. I don't really have something that I would need like his investment for, other than it would just be more like, money to expand faster or something, but then I'd have to have him co-own it or something. So I don't know if I would want to do that.
All right. I'm smart enough to know when I talk to Larry Benz, listen more than I talk. I'm at least that smart to listen more than I talk.
I would love to hear what he thinks about the live shopping of you selling Hyperice. Tell him, because I'm sure he'll understand it. Tell him that huge company sent you one of everything. I think that in itself is impressive, right? Like I think there's not many PTs in the country that could make that happen. Tony, Jimmy, not me right now. I mean, there's not many PTs that could make that happen.
I want every concierge pain relief PT walking around with a construction belt, and I want this thing dangling from it. And you're like, "What's your problem? I got it. What do you need? What do you need? What do you need?" And I want them, because that's what you would want, right? Like your clients are Hyperice, they are Lexus, right? These are not the other products, and that's okay. It means your audience is smaller, but it means they're willing to pay more. And Ryan Serhant understands he could sell 1,000 units a year, in upstate New York where Jimmy lives, or he could sell 5 in New York City and be fine, because the 5 he's going to sell are going to be of higher value. All right, parting shots. What do you guys got?
I think you just need to understand, once again, we hit this point all the time. The value isn't in your hands. The value is barely even in your head. The value is getting something out, whether it be media or build a product or do something, like take action. That's where the value is. The person who takes action is the person who wins. Agreed.
Dave, what do you got?
I don't know. Really gonna be tough to have a better one than that. With the live shopping, I'm curious to see how this continues to go. Jimmy, maybe even Tony, show us, lead us. Let's see what's possible.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably start this on Monday. I gotta have Tony explain to me again the overcomplicated version of how the hell to get freaking live on YouTube, or not YouTube, on I know how to do live on YouTube, on Amazon, why it's a little harder. But here's the thing, Tony, Amazon doesn't charge me per hour if I did 5 shows. They're begging me to do 5 shows, because like the more you do, right? So
yeah,
I don't know.
It costs nothing. And if you do a bad job, nobody sees it.
If you do something crappy, nobody sees it. The differentiator is how much you're willing to try on this one thing and how often you're willing to fail. And my friends, if you know anything about me, I am ready to fail, like more than anybody else.
Real quick, Tony, would it make sense for Jimmy to do multiple devices? So one device is doing Amazon Live, another device is like YouTube Live or any other platform?
Eventually, yes. Not the first time, not the 10th time. Like, he needs to get the reps in on one.
Yeah. And my goal is I'm going to play around with format, because now you get into formats. It's like, what format? I go screw up on 7 different ones. Today, we're just going to talk about the Hypervolt 3, the thing you can't get anywhere else except here, right? Then we're going to look at legs, and I'm going to have the Normatec boots, and we're going to do the low back thing, and we're going to have the Hypersphere, and we're going to do this and this and this. But here's the thing that we didn't even mention, because it's so obvious on this show. I get to speak from a position of a person with a physical therapy degree and a license. Like the average person could do this, and they could. We overthink this. Like, so I'm going to bring I'm okay with looking in the camera and talking into a microphone and being okay failing. I also get to talk to speak from a position of, and I'm using air quotes here, from authority, and say, a PT is telling you this. If you do this, here's a way you could do that. If you have this problem, here's a thing you could do. Oh, by the way, don't do that, do this. I could do a whole show called Don't Do That, Do This, Not That. That could be the whole angle, where people write in and I fake the first 50. I have this problem when I run. Do this, not that. Do this. Now, here's 3 ways we can solve that with these tools. Blah, 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 blah. So we'll figure that out. All right, back on Thursday, and we'll forward tease this, is I just shared this in the chat. Ben Galen had a pretty good idea. The idea of unmonitored therapy programs and how they fit into the musculoskeletal world. And we'll dig into, number one, what is that? Because it might be the first time you've ever heard of that. But what would that actually be, and we'll figure out. What is it? How do I use it? Should I be using it or not? We'll look into that. Gentlemen, we'll see you on Thursday.
That's it. We're out.
Boys, what the hell are you doing?
Follow Tony Maritano on YouTube at Total Therapy Solution. Find Dave Kittle at ConciergePainRelief.com and on YouTube at The Dave Kittle Show. And follow Jimmy McKay at PT Pinecast on YouTube, the socials, and wherever you binge podcasts you pretend are for CEUs. And hey, just a reminder, none of this was for advice. This was for entertainment only. Our lawyers say that counts. Thanks, Keith.